Hi Capricorns, it's Leonora. Welcome to Soul Searching Tarot. For those who are viewing me for the first time, welcome. I do integrate astrology with tarot card reading and spiritual messages. I wanted to do a bonus read for you, Cappies. The last reading, for some reason, my guides were telling me to just give you some type of finance advice if you got anything from that. But I did promise you that I was going to give you a love reading. Every card that came out in the last video for Cappies was just literally all about finance. Like everything. And I was like, oh no, I'm not doing Cappies that way because they showed me so much love before. So here we are. I'm using my Game of Thrones, and I'm going to clarify it with my Animal Tarot. They're actually oracle cards. So let's get started, shall we? All right, so the first card we have here is the Hangman upside down, or in the reverse. So funny, the Hangman upside down, because it is, when it's not in the reverse, it's actually upside down. When it's sorry, did I say that wrong? I did. When it's in the upright, it's upside down. Okay, get it straight, Leonore. When it's in the reverse, it's straight up. So, what does that mean? Well, you could be dealing with somebody that has water in their chart. So, Pisces for sure. Cancer, Scorpio, if that means anything to you, doesn't have to be. It's definitely a Neptune card. Neptune is influencing the cosmos heavy. Okay, I have a Pisces ascending, and it's okay. Let me stop. Enough about me. The Hangman in the reverse, I don't know if you see his head, you know, it's not rushing down, like the blood is not like literally rushing down his head, because that's what usually happens, right, if you're upside down. So to me is clarification. Okay, to a lot of readers that means clarification. Now it is a major arcana, so it is super significant, especially because I just told you that it's really affecting us in the cosmos. And Neptune, for those who are trying to figure out what Neptune, how does Neptune affect us? Well, the 12th house is really all about divinity. It's really trying to get to know yourself, introspection, inner peace, if you have inner peace. If not, you have no choice but to have inner peace. The fact that it's in the reverse, I could sense that a lot of you may be searching for that inner peace, or that introspection, reflecting on things that you need to reflect on, that the in these events and circumstances, we have no choice but to reflect, for those who have time to reflect. But I feel like even if you don't, even if you're working your ass off, come on. At the moment that you're sitting down, whether it's by yourself or with your family, there has to be some type of inner peace and reflection. It's like literally like, it's basically that saying where my life just flashed in front of my eyes. You know, people usually say that when they're like almost about to die or something like that, whatever the reference is. But I sense that you feel that about your relationship, if that all made sense. Let's see what clarifies it. So here we have another major arcana to clarify it. It is the Hierophant. It's an earth energy, Capricorn, which is you, as well as Taurus and Virgo. Now the Emperor, I'm sorry, why did I say the Emperor? The Hierophant, the Emperor did come out a couple of times when I was shuffling. So I'm wondering if some of you are dealing with an Aries, but whatever. Moving on. The Hierophant, I almost said it again. The Hierophant It's a unity card, as you could see here. I'm not sure if you see it. It is a unity card. It does have to do a lot with clergy and being spiritual, as well as definitely a commitment or marriage, specifically a marriage. I'll read what the oracle card says in a couple of minutes, but I'm just trying to get the energy because this is new for me. Usually I use my oracle cards to just clarify an entire reading, but I have to use it for each spread because that's what my guide said. Some of you may have a couple of children, if not one. Doesn't have to be. You see how I just said, like, the influencing, how Neptune was influencing a lot of us as a collective. You see the background, like the background totally reminds me of space, the universe. That's such a euphoric, not feeling, but I do want to say feeling, but just a visual effect of the cosmos, especially when there's like a full moon or something like that. You see stars outside. You may have, you and your partner may have loved, just looking up in the sky, for a group of you. I think that to have these two cards together, one group of you, throughout these reflections and introspection, you kind of snapped out of, like, you know what, I should be taking care more of my family. Okay, I should be there more for my, it could be family, honestly, it could be partners, it could be even co-workers, just being there, and just, it's like an epiphany, like, oh my God, I've been so busy with my life, I haven't even stopped to breathe in life, if that makes sense. Let's see what the that's two major arcanas. That's crazy. All right, so the polar bear, which this is my animal tarot, I'm sure I told you that, but the oracle card says, embrace this time of deep spiritual growth. You may feel called to act as a member, find a new teacher, or spend time with others who are also on a sacred path. Ooh, deep. Not gonna lie, these two cards are very deep, whether it's a love reading or not. I mean, I'm trying to make it a love reading, obviously, but this could be, the Hierophant does, it's most of the time, like I said, readers do say that it's the marriage card, right? It's like a commitment of all commitments. Excuse me. I sense that maybe in the past you were having problem with your partner, or you may have maybe even thought of separating, for your own personal reason, whatever that reason may be, and it could be a very valid reason, but I just think, like, the cosmos, like the universe, whatever source you go by, was like, no, I want you and your family to stay together, you or your partner to stay together, you and your family to work it out. Even for a group of you, going back to school, whether it's online or thinking about doing this in the future. Okay, that's enough of that spread. The second spread is, we got the King of Cups in the reverse. We have the Three of Wands in the reverse. We have Queen of Cups in the upright. And we got another major arcana. It's a Wheel of Fortune. The Wheel of Fortune is a Jupiter card. So we have fire and water here. Fire and water signs, okay? If that means anything to you. So the last two cards are in the reverse. No, sorry. We got 3 cards all up in the reverse. So here we have, let's start with the king and queen here. The queen, she was in the upright. This king wasn't. Now, just because it's a king or queen, you know, whatever, it doesn't mean that I'm talking to a specific gender. It is gender free here in the tarot community. So here's a couple. This is a couple, okay? King and queen, seriously, of cups, mind you. Same suit. So again, water sign. Somebody is dealing either with a water sign or fire sign. I just sense someone in the relationship is treating someone unfairly. You take it as it applies. You know your story more than I do. I don't like the energy of the King of Cups. And I sense a lot of sadness coming from my Queen of Cups. Okay? I sense that my queen, this card right here, is the spiritual card. Somebody going, maybe thinking about being more spiritual than they used to be. Again, that reflection, you know, that word reflection just keeps coming to mind. It has this king. Now, this king this could be the king that you were thinking of moving away from. Okay, now you apply the story vice versa if you need to, Capricorns. This doesn't have to be your energy. It could be, you know, your partner's energy. This king, like I said, I felt like someone had a valid reason to kind of think like maybe I don't want to work this relationship out, you know, but maybe you stayed for the kids. Could have been financial reason, could have been, you know, some type of ties, family ties or something like that. Excuse me, like have holes in my mouth, I apologize. Interesting. I don't know if you see it with the King of Cups, and I don't know why this is standing out to me. Again, you see how there's like stars all around him? I mean, mind you, he looks like a very dark energy. And Capricorns can be known to be dark because you are ruled by Saturn. So it's a malefic planet. So Capricorns do have their shadow sides. Shadow side meaning, you know, there's a good side, there's a shadow side. Every sign has a shadow side, okay, Cappies? I'm not excluding you, but I mean, I'm just saying that it's you. But I think the manipulation with his words, emotional manipulation, you know, could be heard too. You know, I just sense that, I really do sense that both of you may love some type of maybe into astrology, or like I said, just looking at the night sky. I think that was a very nice moments that you've had with your partner. But you know, years go by and separation or the idea of separating happens. It happens, right? We hate that, but it does. With the Wheel of Fortune here, which is another major arcana, it was in the reverse. It's almost like the universe just saying, you know what? Literally, whoever was trying to get a divorce here, and I don't know who that is, someone was really like in the middle of like trying to get a divorce. Like, I'm not gonna wait any longer. This relationship isn't gonna work out. And like the universe, the universe got in the way. Events and circumstances happened around the globe, and now it's like, where you going, bitch? Or where you going? You know what I'm saying? You ain't going nowhere, bro. You staying right here. And that's the universe talking to you, mind you. And so it's like, wow, now I really have to work things out with my family, whether I like it or not. You stayed for the children, you stayed for investment reasons, but now it's like you probably a month ago, 2 months ago, maybe even last year, you were like, you know, it's time to go. It's time to go. It's over. You waited and waited and waited to see if the relationship was going to get better, if the person would change, if anything, anything, a sign from the universe that, will it work out? Can I leave? The Three of Wands was in the reverse. So guess what? You got to wait a little longer. As well as the Jupiter card. Time is not in your favor. If you ask me, somebody's giving you a message from above. Maybe you guys belong together. Maybe you need to work it out. A lot of people have to work things out. And this queen here, I think that she's the only one with the optimistic attitude about the family. As much as she or he probably suffered through it. And I'm not saying suffering like they were tortured, but could be. You take it as it applies. I'm not saying torture, but sometimes our soulmates teach us a lesson, and it does level us up as a person. Either you're gonna stoop down on their level, or you're gonna be better than that. And I think whoever this applies to, this Queen of Cups, I think you were the optimistic person, or you definitely weren't into the pettiness. And so you're the one, or vice versa, could have been the one hanging in there. You know what I mean? All right, so let's see what clarifies that. I'm sorry, guys, if you hear my neighbors like loud, talking really loud, I apologize. They have no curfew. Trust me, none whatsoever. It's almost sunrise, mind you. This has been happening for the last 3 hours. Moving on. Five of Wands. It's a fire sign. Funny that I was saying Aries, because the Rams do represent Aries. Somebody could be dealing with an Aries, but doesn't have to be. It could be any fire sign, maybe. Bumping heads. Come on. Doesn't it look that way? Both of you were bumping heads. I mean, hopefully not literally, but maybe a difference of opinion in financial matters, love, family. I almost feel like there might have been a third party here, and when I mean third party, I hope I don't mean like another affair, you know what I mean, another lover. I don't sense it, to tell you the truth. I really don't, but it could be for a group of you. But I think that maybe work was in the way for some of you. It could have been a family member, friends, giving their unnecessary opinions. But some people do need outside opinions, and some people do need to go outside of the relationship to hear advice. But I just sense an energy here that really did not want you together for whatever reason. Could be jealousy. It could be because they're miserable and they're not in a marriage, you know what I mean, or in a commitment. I would be careful with this person if you do know them. So funny, I almost sense like it could be somebody from social media. Like you might not even know this person, and I also sense like maybe you or your partner are going back and forth with somebody, on Facebook, WhatsApp, you know what I mean? Like something like that. That could be the third party. I don't think it's sexual. If it is, it is, but it could be sex texting, sex zapping. All right. So the Oracle card says, occasionally you may experience clashes with others. If you decide the matter is worth your energy, then do what you can to minimize the conflict without sacrificing your goals or beliefs. Interesting. So it's kind of saying like, make your decision. You know, again, like that pettiness, like, you know, like the Queen of Wands wasn't into that pettiness, you know. You know, I'm not saying that, you know, this queen wasn't ready to argue, and, you know, and pop off. This king, unfortunately, you know, I don't know, I just sense some type of just meanness, like so mean, like unnecessary. Like maybe this person was a person that worked so hard and came home and took it out on his or her partner. You know what I mean? And is that a reason to break up? You know, I think it's a reason to go to counseling. But I don't know. You know, when I look at this picture too, besides the fact that they're clashing, I do look at, and I hope you can see it, I do look at this like, and I don't know why I keep looking at the sky with all these cards. Like a light shining, like there's thunder, you know, in between these two rams, definitely. So that's like fighting words, you know, or even silence. But then there's like this bright sunshine just illuminating both these rams. Do you see it? I hope you can. Again, I just feel like the universe does not want to separate you two. They don't. It's like work it out. Okay? These events and circumstances is especially for you. And not to make a joke out of it, things like that happen, you know, a death in a family, or, you know, somebody losing a job, where, you know, if there was a rift, or if there is a rift in the relationship, it's like, you know, for the kids, or, you know, for financial reasons, you know, someone has to stay in the bedroom and the other person has to live in the living room, you know, stay in the living room. It's just separate rooms. But I just feel very strongly, Cappies, that this is going to bring you together. And so having the Hangman in the reverse, it is the reflection. It is the, you know, the time that you needed to think about yourself. First of all, learning yourself, because you can't, you know, continue a relationship if you don't have some inner reflection or peace, love, you know, self-development. You can't. It just doesn't work that way. If you're not healed, how are you going to heal a relationship? Okay? Yeah. Welcome to the cosmos, folks. All right. And then I'm saying that because that's literally what's happening right now. Okay, it is. The last spread here is my Five of Swords with my Page of Swords. Wow. I don't like this energy. Folks, I hope, and it happens, I've been there. I just sense lies and verbal abuse. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. And this could have been both of you. At the very least, you know, one of you had to endure the other person's behavior. This aggressive behavior, whether it's verbally, I don't sense physical, but God, I hope it wasn't physical. I do sense it's a lot of verbal, emotional abuse. This is awful, Cappies. Oh, God. Now, is it a reason to leave your partner, a committed partner that you've been with, a marriage? Somebody has to fucking change here. This is not funny. This person, whoever I'm talking to, needs help. And I'm sure if you had that conversation before, Cappies do not hush their mouth. They are not known to hush their mouth. Okay? They have barely no ego. Capricorns have no egos. Okay? So if you hurt Cappy's feeling, it's okay. They have no pride. They'll shake it off and move on. I just sense malicious, like malicious behavior. For no apparent reason. Like, there's no way you should take it out on this queen. Whatever happened to you at work, whatever happened to you in your personal life, maybe you and your friend had a argument, or it could be as tragic as someone, dying. Sometimes, that can affect a relationship. And it has to do with depression, grief. Oh God. All right. Let's see what clarifies it, because I don't like that. I have 2 oracle cards for this one. They just came out, so I can't fight with my guides. But I have the 7 of Wands, defensive behavior, and then the 2 of Swords, making a decision. Surprise, surprise. Let's start with the 7 of Wands. This is the defensive card. It's a cute gecko. Wow. I think you were very I think a group of you is very defensive when it comes to your home. Your home is your home. That is your family. You come home to your family. You leave your family to go to work. You come home to a cooked meal. You may make a meal. You try to, clean the house. Like, I do sense somebody here who is very domestic, you know what I mean, in a good way. And just like, it's like the person, like, in charge of the house, housewife, house husband, house partner, whatever, you take it as it applies. And I think this may have delayed a lot of the separation, like, not wanting to think about separating or trying to work it out. And it's sad. It really is. This is a sad energy, but I also feel very optimistic for you, Capricorns. No lie. Like, you might have gone through this in the past, in the recent past. Somebody's gonna, let me tell you something, with these major arcanas, the Hierophant, what else do I have here? The Wheel of Fortune, the Hangman. Somebody's gonna learn their lesson. Don't you worry about that. Let's read what this says, shall we? So the 7 of Wands is, be assertive. Believe in yourself and don't let anyone take away your personal power. Trust that your inner guidance is true and follow it completely. Inner guidance. Wasn't I just saying that? Like inner peace, inner reflection, self-development. If you're not healed, Capricorns, you can't heal your relationship. It just really works that way, If you're insecure about yourself, I don't know. I don't know what group I'm talking to. It could be several different type of groups. And and it could be trauma. It could be childhood trauma. It could be the trauma that you're going through now with your relationship and you don't know how to deal with it, And it's like, all of this is going on with this person. Capricorns are not dumb, okay? Don't please, okay? Don't mess with the Capricorn. The 2 of Winter, the 2 of Swords, somebody may have air, like an air moon. I don't know, moon, like a moon in an air sign. Thank you. I don't know. I always talk about birth charts all the time, Capricorn. So I do have a website in the description box that you could go to. I don't think you could click on it, but just go to it and you have to put your date of birth. If you know the time, even better. But it does give you, you or your partners or both of you, just put it in and it'll give you like what the moon is about. The moon is about emotional, security or insecurity thoughts. It all has to do with how you're feeling in the inside. One of you may have a moon in an air sign. It could be the reason why, because air signs are known to be very logical, you know. When it comes to emotions, it's like, you know, it's in the back burner. Not saying these logical people, these air signs are not, you know, can't feel. They definitely could feel, but it's just like they're more logic than you know, taking into consideration your emotions. Hence my King of Cups in the reverse, and then my Queen of Cups in the upright. These are emotional signs, and if it's in the reverse, especially with this King of Cups, that's emotional manipulation. And then with the swords, this look, just look at these two energies. I mean, here we have this poor kid. Look at him. Doesn't look too happy. I mean, definitely feels like this person has been through a lot, you know, ashamed. Actually, this picture is no different than this picture. Okay, so either you, Cappies, or the other person, this is your feeling. Like literally, this is your feeling. And the other person's is like this. Okay? Like this. So the Two of Swords, like I was saying, is decision making. Okay? Yeah, forget about it. You definitely, somebody here was in the midst of like making a decision, signing papers to get divorced, whatever the case may be. It says, procrastination and worrying what others will think is blocking you from making a decision. If you're torn between your own desires and someone else's, follow your inner guidance. This whole reading has to do with inner guidance and healing. Okay? Entire reading. Somebody's not treating you right, Capricorns. I'm sorry for moving the table. Now I'm a little passionate here. Okay? And it's, you know what, I know that feeling. I've been there and done that. I just happen to have a moon in air, so it's very hard for me to, you know, feel immediately, but don't get me started, because I will get like a Capricorn. Okay? Do not mess with Capricorns. Just don't. Okay? All right. Cappies, I do have personal reads if you're interested. Just email me. My information is all in the description box. And that's it. All right? Love you. Bye.